theme of the first four shiurim and now the fifth is to understand Mashiach. That we look at the Mashiach as something of sort of a prize at the end of creation, or something that's going to ultimately happen that we don't really understand. We just know that we want it. And what needs to be clarified over and over and over again is that Mashiach, the world of Geula, is there's been so many false Mashiachs through the generations, and so many misunderstandings of Mashiach, and whole religions that have come about based on we've got the Messiah. It's very confusing, and it's in all honesty, like you can lose a little bit of a cheshek for it, because what's it going to be already? But what we need to understand that it's Mashiach, the time of Mashiach is the world the way it should be. It's the way the world was meant to be from the beginning of creation. And if it wasn't for the chet of Adam Harishon, that would have been it. That would have been it. That would have been the way the world is. There wouldn't have been death. Adam Harishon brought death into the world. So you don't need Tchias HaMesim. Tchias HaMesim is only after people die. You don't need Tchias HaMesim if nobody dies. There would be no wars. There would be no Yetzer Hara as we know about it, which means that there would be no people hurting each other. All of those things came because Adam Harishon integrated this evil, this Yetzer Hara, into him. We spoke about that. I don't want to talk about it now, but what I do want to say is that what we've been talking about for the last 4 weeks is that the world has to be misaking the chet of Adam Harishon. That's what has to happen. What has to happen is that Adam Harishon, the chet Hashem gave, as we learned, Cain and Hevel the chance to fix things. He gave Noach the chance to fix things. He gave the world 2,000 years to fix things, because we know 2,000 years are the years of Tohu Vavohu, exactly what the Gemara says. The first 2,000 years is to fix things. None of them fixed it until it came to Avraham Avinu. Now, Avraham Avinu is the hero of history because Avraham Avinu, exactly in the year 2000, exactly when he was supposed to, at the deadline, started the tikkun, which we are heirs to. We're part of that tikkun. Started the tikkun of the world, which can make the world what it is meant to be, and hence a matzah of Geula. Does everybody understand that this is the concept that we're working with? It's very important that we understand it. And we spent a lot of time last week talking about Lot. If anybody remembers Lot. What was the importance of Lot? What was the importance of that war that Avraham Avinu had with the four kings? So if you open the Chumash to Parak Tesvav, Reishis Parak Tesvav, Parshas Lech Lecha Hamishi. And the Torah begins to say the following. Achar hadvarim ha'eleh. It was after these things. Hayadvar Hashem el Avram b'machaz lemor. Hashem came to Avram in a vision, and he said to him, Al tira Avram anochi mogen lach. Avram, don't be afraid. I will protect you. Zecharcha harbe ma'od. You will have much reward.
Did you say Tesla?
I said Tesla.
What parak?
The beginning.
Parak Tesla.
Oh, sorry. Take it back.
Acher hadvarim ha'eleh. Avraham Avinu was obviously afraid of something, and Hashem told him, don't be afraid. What was he afraid of? Who said he was afraid? Al tira Avram anochi mogen lach. Don't be afraid, Avram. I will take care of you. Zecharcha harbe ma'od. You will have much reward. Achar hadvarim ha'eleh. After these things. After which things? So exactly after what we learned last week, after this magnificent war between Avraham Avinu and the world powers of the East, the Babylonians, the Iranians, I showed you a map last week of all the different superpowers of the world that came to conquer not just Eretz Yisrael, but particularly Sodom, and not just Sodom, but particularly Lot. That's who they were. We want the nefesh. The nefesh we learned was Lot. So the whole war was all about Lot, we learned last week, and this was an unbelievable war where Avraham Avinu, with 318 yeshiva bachrim, chanichav, with his chanichim, took these four superpowers that killed the whole coast of Israel, all the Canaanite nations, all the way down Tishim Mizracha, all the way down the Rephaim and the Zuzim and the Yamim and all the different cities, the biblical cities that are there on the east side, of which is today Jordan. The superpowers came and just mowed them down till they came to Sodom, and then they mowed down Sodom and the four kings of Sodom. They kidnapped Lot. Avraham Avinu then pushed them up the Dead Sea towards En Gedi, pushed them up to the Golan, ad Damascus. So says the Chumash. They made this round of Eretz Yisrael. Avraham Avinu almost single-handedly defeated them all. At the end, they said he had all of this. He was crowned as the king of Israel. Rashi says he came to Kiryas Hamelech. Says in the Torah, he came to Kiryas Hamelech, hu Yerushalayim, and there Malkitzedek Melech Sholem made him the king. They made him for a katzin, they made him for a nasi, Elakim Atav B'Sachenu. So everywhere he walked, Avraham Avinu, after this magnificent war, he was a hero. Unbelievable thing that he was it was like one man was able to drive away the American army, the Russian army, the Chinese army, and everybody all at once. Pushed them all out. That's what we learned last week. Acher hadvarim ha'ela. And it was after these things where Hashem says to him, Al tira Avram, don't be afraid. So what was he afraid of? At this point, he had nothing to be afraid of. He was a warrior. He had obviously Hashem's strength behind him. He had already conquered most of Eretz Yisrael single-handedly. What was he afraid of? So Rashi says, Anochi Magen Lach. Do you see this Rashi? Perek Tezvav Pasuk Aleph. I will protect you. What was he afraid of? Anochi Magen Lach min ha'onesh. I will make sure you don't get punished, Hashem said. Why should he get punished? Avraham Avinu, what did he do? Shaloi te'onech al kol oisam nefasheh sheharakta. That you shouldn't be punished for all of those people that you killed. Do you understand? In other words, Avraham Avinu was a big hero. But when he came back from war, he was shaking with fear because he had never killed anybody before. Like most of us in the room. How can you feel after you kill? He must have killed thousands and thousands of people in order to have a war with these superpowers and to drive them all the way out to Syria until Damascus. He killed thousands of people. Okay, he did it. Why did he do it? He did it to save his nephew Lot. Then he gives Lot back, mysteriously. We spoke about that last week. He gives Lot back. Take him. I don't want your money. I don't want Lot. I don't want anything. And he comes back. He's sitting in Yerushalayim. Achar hadvarim ha'ela. And it was after this great war that Hashem says to him, Al tira, don't be afraid that you did something wrong by killing these thousands of people. Anochi magen lach. I will protect you from any type of punishment. The only thing that he was worried about was that I killed people. Lo na'im. And then Hashem said to him, Al tira Avram anochi magen lach sfarch arbem yod. Vayomer Avram. So Avram, he appears to Avraham, and he says, I'll take care of you. Avram goes back to Hashem, and he says, Hashem Elokim, ma titenli, you say you're going to give me schar. You're going to reward me. Ma titenli, what are you going to give me already? What can you give me? Va'anochi hoylech hariri, I am childless. Anochi hoylech hariri, what can you give me? I mean, the easiest way to understand this is, what are you going to give me? So, how old was Avraham Avinu at this point? 90-something? So 96, I think. So thank you. What are you going to give me? A trip around the world? What are you going to give me? A new car? Like, what kind of a schar can you give me if Anochi Holech Hariri, if I don't have anyone to give that over to? More so than that. It's more than that. The deeper part of it is that Avraham Avinu was expecting that he's going to do the tikkun of the world. How's he going to do the tikkun of the world? Noah couldn't do it. Avraham Avinu was supposed to do it. Here he is. He's all set up. He's got the country. He's got everything he needs. He's got a tremendous amount of power. He's got the respect of everybody. He's rich. Melchizedek, everybody gave them Meiser, but no someone Meiser, we call. He's got everything. But Anoichi Hoylech Hariri, but I'm childless. So where's this going to go? Where's it going to go? That was his question to Hashem. Hashem says, "I'll take care of you. I'll give you a scar." Where? How? Anoichi Hoylech Hariri. Uben Meshech Beisi, and he says to Hashem, and maybe you're thinking about my CEO in the house, about the Menahel Meshech, right? about Meshech Beisi, the one who's taking care of everything in my house, which is who? Eliezer. Who Damesek Eliezer? Eliezer famously was the Eved of Avraham. Everybody knows, right? What's he famous for? Let's just review. What did he do famously? Found a shidduch for Yitzchak. What else did he do? I didn't hear.
Came to the Akedah.
Came to the Akedah. Who came to the Akedah altogether? Avraham came, Yishmael, Eliezer, Yitzchak. 4 men. 4 men came. Eliezer, Yishmael. Interesting, Eliezer was there. This war that just took place, so Hu Damesek Eliezer, according to some, he took over Damascus, according to some, he got it from Damascus, but the simple pshat in the Gemara is that he ran the war. As a matter of fact, the 318 men, this is the words of the Gemara, that says Avraham Avinu gathered 318 men. So the Gemara says, who were these 318 chanichav of Avraham Avinu? It says really only had one, Eliezer. Because Eliezer, the Gemara says, is the same gematria of 318. So it just took Eliezer. So Eliezer ran this whole campaign, this whole war. One man. So Eliezer. But just interesting, the only place his name is mentioned in the whole Tanakh is right here in this passage. He's all over the place. We have this whole long story about the shidduch and back and forth. Is Eved Avram. Not called by his name. Always Eved Avram. He's not. But we know it was Eliezer. Chazal tells us it's Eliezer. Otherwise we wouldn't know. It could have been another Eved, but we know it's Eliezer. Damesek Eliezer. So why does he bring him in here? Like that you might think, Hashem is talking to Hashem. You might think, okay, so you don't have a kid, but you have Eliezer, your faithful servant Eliezer. He'll take over. So Avraham Avinu says, I'm not happy with that. Vayomer Avram, Hein li loy nosato zera, v'hinei ben beisi yorishoisi. I don't have any children which are mine. I don't have any children which are mine. So what's going to happen automatically is that the line that I have created, what's the line that he created? Tikkun Olam, Eretz Yisrael, Jews, the whole thing, it's all going to go to Eliezer. Everything that we did, this whole war that we did, the kibush of Eretz Yisrael, the brachos of Eretz Yisrael, the brachos of our family, it's all going to go to Eliezer. Rabbi Avinu he didn't just say, I don't have children. This is what's important here. He didn't say, I don't have children. That wasn't the point. The point, it's going to go to Eliezer. Lo tov. It should go to Eliezer. He was worried about it going to Eliezer. Why? What was the... Why would Hashem give us to Eliezer anyway? What was the thought over here? What was Hashem thinking? V'hinei dvar Hashem, we're in Pasuk Daled, V'hinei dvar Hashem elov leimor. So Hashem speaks to Avraham Avinu and he says, Lo yirosh chazeh. Don't worry, it's not going to be Eliezer. Ki im asher yetze mi meyecha. It's going to be somebody that you have actually biologically given birth to. Asher yetze mi meyecha hu yiroshcha. He is going to be, hu yiroshecha rather, he's going to be the one that will be Yorish. It'll be your own child. Okay, it's kind of tough at 90s, 90 something. Sarah was 83, I believe, at this time. Okay, whatever you say, Hashem.
How long did this take place, the war with the king?
I'm sorry?
How long was this war with the king? How long did it take place?
We don't know. A year. I mean, probably a year, Rashi says.
Like where was Sarah was at home this whole time?
The whole time. We don't hear from her. She's sitting in Hebron. Neloni Mamre. And then Vayotze Osa. Can somebody do me a big favor?
Close the door.